What's good, everybody? It's this composition MC that writes fiction, back at it with a Black Clover chapter review. This is for chapter 351 with the Shogun of the Land of the Sun. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. Now, this is boom, continuation. They wasted no time. The end of the last chapter 350 ended with Asta saying he's gonna take down this motherflipping five-headed dragon by himself, solo dolo. And we go on to 351, and that's where it starts. Asta going against the five-headed dragon, and he is zetting, he is spamming the Zetten technique on every freaking head. But the thing is that it keeps regenerating. And so it goes on. Asta's like, anti-magic makes it easy to cut them, but they grow right back. And he's like, what do I do about this? Now, this may not seem like such a big thing as far as that particular panel in the grand scheme of things, but to me, this conundrum that he's having right now is going to be the same thing that he's going to run into fighting Lucius. It's not about him just learning the Zetten technique and being able to strike as far as Lucius the way he needs to strike him. Lucius has the ability to regenerate body parts, and create whole humans out of freaking nothing, so that's gonna be something to think about. So while that's going on, we get the fight between Heath and the other Ryuzen, and there's this banter going back and forth between the two. Heath is saying, for Lucius's will. We do get a backstory as far as Ryu, and as far as this particular, I keep on forgetting his name, I know it starts with a Y, this particular Ryuzen. And it's funny that this would be the strongest one. If you were to do like a hierarchy, he would be like the number one of as far as the Ryuzen 7. And you find out that him and Ryu actually have this interesting backstory, and almost like this Asta and Yuno type of rivalry almost, and strength that goes with each other. And so we find out how Ryu got the freaking patch. We find out that on Magic, Ryu and the other Ryuzen 7, they're pretty much on par as far as skill, magic, strength, and everything like that. The thing was, their hometowns were being affected by a plague, and so in order to potentially save them, there was a herb that was said to be pretty much a fairy tale, and in order to get so, someone would have to exchange their Yuryoko, their magic, in order to be able to access a way to save them. Now, the Ryuzen 7, he was just all like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But Ryu, without even a second thought, was just like, okay, if that's all that I have to do, then yeah, take my Yoryoku. And that gained another respect. That's why the Ryuzen 7 have such a respect for Ryu, because his selfishness as far as to save the kingdom, and so in return, he gets this all-seeing eye that's able to save them. And when the elders came to be like, we need to pick a new shogun, they wanted it, of course, like Ryu was the one who was the obvious choice, so that was cool to get those two backstories. And then we get to see what his particular Yuriotsu Jujitsu is, and it's an iron type of Jujitsu, which I thought was pretty dope. And he uses this iron god of war move and just straight up demolishes Heath almost in the same way that Asuka originally defeated him with his sword. He pretty much like one shot him with a Zetten, and basically the same thing. Boom, out for the count. Now, the other Ryu's 7 get up. They get like this pep talk from Ryu, and he's just all like, if we band together, we can go ahead and take care of this five-headed dragon. Everyone gets up, yes, sir. And then it ends with, okay, Eddie is bound for the same heights as Ryu. Let's make a man out of him. Which is super, super dope. Now, the one thing that I didn't see was Ichika as far as in them standing up. And I'm curious to see what's gonna happen, how Ichika is even gonna. She slaughtered her whole freaking whatchamacall. Of course, it wasn't like her fault. She was in this, induced state by her father, but she thought it was Yabi the whole time. And so she's been bearing all of that. So I'm not even sure if she's gonna be fit to even fight, which I hope she is, but that's something I don't even think it'd be just like brushed over. It's just all like, yo. And I think that is going to tie to a couple of other things, because I personally think that they're gonna go to the Clover Kingdom. Now, this may be just a random theory. I'm just throwing it out there, but I think it would be very, very interesting for them to ride into the Clover Kingdom with this five-headed dragon to attack as far as Lucius. Now, if Ichika gets there, I personally think that she might get a Clover grimoire. And it would be interesting actually if all of them got grimoires and they was able to use their scroll Yurjutsu and their grimoires, or even just getting a grimoire and it just amplifying their freaking stuff to a whole nother level. And the only reason why we know that that's possible is because, for one, Yami, who wasn't originally from there, was able to get a grimoire, and who was originally a Spade Kingdom, he's got dual grimoires. Of course, Lick's, child and everything like that, but himself wields two different kingdom grimoires. It's probably like the Julius Lucius thing is kind of, we're not 100% sure yet as far as how that all works with that, but we've seen it happen, so we know that it can happen. In regards to how that plays out with the story, we know that devils in general, that was a big part. I don't know if that's still going to be the part moving forward, but them getting a grimoire, we know that it's a ticket time bomb as far as like his 4-leaf going into a 5-leaf, which I think that may play a factor in the future, but he has a fail safe because he has he has 2 souls, so of course there's going to be, I think, a way to be able to corrupt and save because he has 2 souls, so the one that would eventually be quote unquote sacrificed might be the Lick son child soul, but we don't know. This chapter, personally, 351, I thought it was dope. I thought that there was several things, i.e. the backstory, why Ryu gave up his eye, how he got his eye, if he had magic in the past, how powerful he was. All of these different things make sense. That just took the time to be able to see how that all plays out. Now, it may be interesting as far as to see certain parallels that with Asta, him maybe giving up the devil power, him still being powerful, but I don't know. Maybe it might even be something to where he actually gets his power back. And or what if the same way that Ryu had his Jujutsu taken away, that might be an indication to how Asta may have gotten his magic taken away. So let me know what y'all think of this chapter down in the comments. It's Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. Make sure you like, subscribe, and notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. Peace.
Ready for the return to fall. Maybe I should be asleep, but these full moon vibes got me in the deep. Emotional roller coaster strapped in my seat, ready for a trip to find what I seek. Passing through the galaxy into my office, translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the solo, it's a bar.